Hey YouTube, it's Marita and welcome to another edition of the Nurse Lounge. And in today's edition, we're going to talk about imposter syndrome. This has been a topic that's come up a lot on my TikTok and also on my live. If you're not watching my live, I usually go live every Friday around 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. But stay tuned to the community tabs to actually see when I do go live. But with that being said, this has come up in various arenas, forums. So I want to talk about imposter syndrome on this video. If you want to know more about imposter syndrome and what you can do about it, stay tuned. Welcome back. My name is Dr. Marita P. I'm a registered nurse, been a nurse for 17 years, and I teach at HBCU. OBGYN, well baby nursery is my specialty. I am a nurse educator. So with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and dive right on into the topic of imposter syndrome. So most people want to know, well, what is that? Or it really has a name. So imposter syndrome, and this is, I'm paraphrasing here. Imposter syndrome is where you have been made to feel. You feel like you are inadequate because of, usually it's insecurities that you have within yourself. And even though other people may feel that you are doing fine, that you actually have the qualities or competent, things like that, but you for some reason feel like I don't belong here. And again, that's not a definition. That is just kind of how imposter syndrome makes you feel, like I don't belong here. And one thing I want you to examine is, what is it within you that makes you feel that way? Because a lot of times, and I hate to bring race into it, I bet you're like, here she go again with this race. But with imposter syndrome, a lot of times the people who've addressed it with me have addressed it in the sense of them being the only minority or one of few minorities in a majority non-POC, person of color environment. So being a nurse, we're talking about nurse, healthcare, things like that. So you being maybe the only minority nursing student in your class, or you being the only minority nursing student or minority and male nursing student in your graduate class. So it's very few of you. And for whatever reason, your non-POC, person of color counterparts have you feeling some kind of way. So what do we do about it? What's going on in the situation? A lot of times you will find that you're the type of person who, you know the answers to things. You ask questions. You're raising your hand, asking questions. You are volunteering to do something in class. My hair's sticking up. Volunteering to do stuff in class. Just eager to learn. And they make you feel some kind of way when you do that, when you raise your hand, when you answer questions, even if you get it wrong. And let's just say you're getting them right majority of the time. And so people will begin to shun you. People will begin to shun you by doing things like not talking to you, doing things like excluding you from pertinent information that they may be privy to. Let's just say, as an example, the class got moved from room 207 to 208. And for whatever reason, most people knew about it, but you didn't, as an example. That's kind of what I'm talking about in terms of, that type of feeling that you may have. So what I want you to do is, if you are someone who is suffering from imposter syndrome, you need to again examine, what is it that has been done or said to make me feel this way? Why do I feel like I don't belong here? Why do I feel like, I know I'm smart, I know I understand it, I know I can do the work, but I don't belong here? And again, it's not them who's causing it. It's really your insecurities that you feel that way. So I have once felt like I didn't belong, but what I decided to do was, you know what? I do belong. I paid my tuition just like everybody else did. I come to class like everybody else did or do. I do my work like everybody else do. I try to participate like everyone else does or does not do. And so I do belong. I belong for this mere fact that I've paid the tuition. I do belong for the mere fact that I meet the criteria for acceptance into whatever program it happens to be. I can't help that it's very few of us, if that's the case, if that's your situation, but I can help how I react to how they're trying to make me feel, and I'm internalizing it. That is the problem. So when you go to class, or if you have a class like this, or even maybe it may not be class, I'm speaking of nursing school specifically, but it may be a job that you have where you're the only minority, and so forth, because that does happen in jobs too. It's not just in school. But if you have this situation where you feel like, I don't belong because I am doing X, Y, and Z, I'm getting excluded from group activities. When they go pick groups, they don't pick me, type thing. The one thing you want to do is just make sure that you're on point with what you need to be on point with. Meaning that you go in there and you be assertive. You go in there and speak what you know. You go in there and make sure you present the facts. You have to kind of work on your own mental health and think about, why am I feeling like this? Why am I giving them the ability to make me feel this way? Remember what I said. Why am I giving them the ability to make me feel this way? You giving your power over is what I'm saying. Why am I giving them the ability to make, my earring just fell out, to make me feel this way? So if you are giving someone else power for your emotions, that means you're insecure. So that means we need to work on ourselves. Work on ourselves. This is something I had to do myself too. Work on myself. I had to say, okay, again, what is it? What's going on? Why do they make me feel this way? Am I not worthy? Did I not study? Do I not know my material? And I worked very hard to be here. I'm sure so did you. So therefore, you want to go into that knowing I have every right to be here as the next person. So when they make you feel that way, remember, it's you. It's not really them, it's you. Because you have allowed it to happen. I'm not saying they didn't do anything. I'm saying you have allowed it to internalize, and you've given your power away. Do not give your power away. You take it back. How do you take it back? What does that look like, taking it back? Taking it back means you continue to do the things that they shunned you for. It means you continue to raise your hand and ask questions. It means you continue to raise your hand and answer questions. It means that you lead projects like you was going to do. It means that you continue being assertive as you were already, but then you got hushed or silenced because they made you feel a certain way. That's what it means to do. That's how you get over that. When you realize that you have every much as right to be wherever you are as the next person, you won't worry about what they say or do. Because you're coming to school, you're coming to work to do a job or to learn, and then you're going home. Are these people somebody you're going out with this weekend? Are you trying to be friends with these people? So why do you even care? Why do you even care what they think? So again, do not give your power away. You're giving your power to someone else who does not deserve it, and you are allowing them to occupy space in your head rent-free, because you have been made to feel like you don't belong, because they're shunning you and shushing you and not inviting you to the study sessions and things like that. Form your own study session. Form your own study session. Study by yourself. You came here by yourself. You're going to leave by yourself. Study by yourself. My point is, do not worry about that negative energy, because they're not destined to go where you're going. They have their own path, their own route that you're not even on. Nor are they on your route, or you're not on their route. So you don't need them. Now, if this is an instructor who is making, and I'm speaking of nursing, if this is an instructor who makes you feel like you don't belong, there is still things that you can do. So you want to have a conversation with the instructor. Now, you want to have a constructive one, mind you. You don't want to be unprofessional. You say things along the lines of, please help me understand as to why I'm not grasping certain situations, or whatever it happens to be. When you say, please help me understand, that takes the brunt off of them and it puts it back on you, even if you're right. And then if you still see that he or she is not really doing what you need them to do, then you need to go up the chain of command. So everybody is a boss, so to speak. Keep going up that chain till you see changes happen. Now, if they continue to make you feel inadequate or whatever it happens to be, you may have to consider yourself, do I need to get through this program? Do I need to get through this class? How long do I have to deal with this person? If you're just starting the program and they're just rude and mean to you, consider changing programs if it's worth it to you. If it's not, just chalk it up for that's who they are. I'm not saying that you need to agree to it. Just do what you need to do to make peace and keep it moving. and get through your program. So imposter syndrome is something that, again, we tend to internalize, that we feel like we should not be somewhere when we should. We have demonstrated without a shadow of a doubt, because that's how you got selected in the first place. You got selected because you met some type of criteria to say you belong here. So don't let, in the same criteria that was met, it's the same criteria that everybody else had to meet too, right? Or it should be anyway. So if that's the situation, and that's where we are with this, then why wouldn't you belong there just like they belong there? Why would that not be the case? So you need to remember that every day that you go to class, I belong here because I met the criteria. And there's going to be people who don't like the fact that I meet the criteria. There's going to be people, when you even finish nursing school, there's going to be people who do not like the fact that you met the criteria. And then when you start to rise and advance and grow, there's going to be people who don't like the fact that you're rising, advancing, and growing. They're okay with you being where you are, but they're not okay with you doing better than them. That they will make you feel like you don't belong, which further feeds the imposter syndrome. So this will carry over from your school life, your academic career, into your professional career. Don't let it happen. It stops with you. Do not let them take your power. Don't give it away. So with that being said, that's what imposter syndrome basically is. That's what it looks like. That's how to handle it. So if you happen to enjoy this video, definitely thumbs this video up, comment below, comment some other topics you want me to talk about. I am back. I've been hit and miss doing a few things. I've been doing the lives mostly. I've been on TikTok a lot. But I am back doing videos. A lot of them will probably come from me being at work, doing them at work. But I wanted to come back to my basis and be right here at my home, where I'm most at peace, mostly can say what I want to say because I'm not on somebody else's property. And I don't want to censor. And when I say censor, I don't mean that in a derogatory way, like I'm going to be cursing and carrying on. I don't want to censor my topics. I don't want to censor how I talk about them. And so when I'm home, I can say and speak freely. That's all I'm saying. So I'm going to try to get some videos done here, but of course I will have to do some at work just because I want to keep the content coming. Comment below the things that you would like me to talk about, and follow me on IG and TikTok. And until the next time, you all have a good day, night, whatever it happens to be. Take care. Bye-bye.